pleasure to welcome you to the Elizabethtown Performing Arts Center for the 27th Annual ExCEL Award Ceremony, honoring Miss Carrie Ball as the 2018 ExCEL Award recipient for the Elizabethtown Independent Schools. The ExCEL, right. The ExCEL program is made possible by WHCEC-TV, Channel 11, and LG&E-KU. ExCEL, which stands for Excellence in Classroom and Educational Leadership, is designed to recognize, reward, and renew the significance of the public school system and the teaching profession, and also to promote the development and well-being of our students and our community. So I want to thank you, WHCEC-TV and LG&E-KU, for this recognition and support. We have a number of guests that are with us today, and we'd like to recognize your presence. So as I introduce you, if you would, please stand briefly to be recognized, and then you may take your seat. I'll ask that our audience hold your applause until all the introductions are complete. So we'll start with our two sponsors. WHCEC-TV, we have with us Mr. Gary Rodemeyer. And I'm not sure if Miss Tammy Rankin made it with us today. Okay. Also from LG&E-KU, we have Miss Liz Pratt with us. Thank you. Thank you all for your sponsorship. We have several special guests of Miss Ball with us today, some family, friends, and colleagues. First, her boyfriend, Mr. Andrew Gill. Her father, Mr. Steve Ball, is with us. Her mother, Dr. Tina Ball. We have her sister, Miss Kylie Henriksen. And also Mr. Kai Henriksen, you see there. Miss Greta No. Miss Kate Large. On their way. I'll go slower then, maybe they'll get it. Miss Mallory Munson. We have Dr. Michael Owsley. And also Mr. Aaron Gill. Thank you all for being here. Also, we have several members of our school board with us here today. Mr. Matt Wyatt, our board chairman. Mr. Tony Kuklinski, our board vice chairman. Ms. Teresa Harris is with us today. Also, we have some members of the Elizabethtown Education Foundation. If you are a part of that organization, if you'll please stand and be recognized. Ms. Jenny Aldridge. We also have with us today several of our principals, assistant principals, and central office administrators. If you'll please stand to be recognized. Thank you all for being here. We also have some former administrators with us today. If you'll please stand. We have Mr. J.C. White with us and Ms. Cora Wood. From our city of Elizabethtown, we have with us our mayor, Ms. Edna Berger. From county government, we have Mr. E.G. Thompson, our magistrate. We have several representatives from our legislators. We have Mr. Brian Smith representing Congressman Brett Guthrie, Ms. Marcy Duplessis representing State Representative Jim Duplessis, and Ms. Lisa Parrott representing State Senator Dennis Parrott. We have several representatives of our civic groups with us today. Ms. Heather Whalen, the president of the Elizabethtown Noon Rotary. We also have Mr. Kenny Rambo representing the Hardin County Chamber of Commerce. From our media, we would like to thank Ms. Catherine Knott for being here with us today, our education reporter. And we're very proud to have several of our prior ExCEL winners here with us today. We have Miss Andrea Atcher is with us, Miss Mary Bell. We have Miss Barbara Bunch, Kelly Cruz, Mr. Pat Black, easy to find, Mr. David Grossman, Ms. Kristen Willett, Mr. Gary Pearman, we have Miss Wesley Hatfield, Miss Pam Hitton, Tiffany Davis, Mr. Caleb Ernst, Miss Laura Beth Hayes, Miss Shannon Duff. Good deal. We also have several of our 2017-18 ExCEL nominees with us. We have Miss Kalina Thompson. Not sure if Miss Dana Ingram is with us or Miss Nicole Hines. Also, Mr. Eric Bristol. And to Ms. Thompson, Ms. Ingram, Mr. Bristol, and Ms. Hines, our district truly appreciates and respects the leadership that you bring to our profession and to your classrooms. You all are truly champions. So let's give all of our guests a warm welcome. We also have a little bit about the ExCEL process. It's composed of 3 phases. Phase 1 consists of an application review. Phase 2 consists of scheduled and non-scheduled observations. And then Phase 3 consists of an interview. We have a couple of our team members who conducted these interviews and also the observations with us. Miss Andrea Atcher is with us, as well as Miss Cora Wood. Thank you all for your work in this area. And we have several of our ExCEL school coordinators with us. If you will please stand if you were an ExCEL coordinator at your school. Not sure if any of them made it today. Back in the back. Thank you very much. Also, I would like to thank Ms. Michelle Motley and Mrs. Kim Jones, Ms. Dawn Swank, Ms. Sandra Daly, Ms. Carmen Caldera-Brosca, and the maintenance staff and custodial staff here at TK Stone for their efforts in making this such a wonderful day and a special event. So let's give those folks a round of applause. And now we have a very special treat to kick things off before we get to our speakers. We have the advanced choir from the Elizabethtown High School that will be singing The Road Not Taken, and they will be directed by Miss Katie Bennett and Miss Andrea Atcher.
Yeah.
And now we'll get into our presentations. We'll start with a true champion of public education and one of our co-sponsors, Mr. Gary Rodemeyer from WHCEC-TV.
Thank you. Watching the choir this morning brought back some wonderful memories. I want all of you choir performers to savor what you just went through, performing together like that, because it's not going to last forever. And you're going to look back sometime in your life and you're going to think about that group of young people that you performed with and sang with. And it brought this to my mind because a couple of years ago, at a high school reunion, at a number much higher than I want to acknowledge, I got to sing with my choir again from high school. And we went to church together and we sang Bach. And it wasn't too good. But I want to tell you, it was wonderful to be back with those people. And so I just want you to, when as you perform this year, think, this one group is going to be together this year and we're going to be singing together. It's going to be a great time. And I thank you so much for your wonderful performance. This is also like a reunion for the ExCEL Award. About 20 years ago, my wife came to me one day and she said, you've been doing these ExCEL Awards now for years and years. She said, I'd like to go to one. I'd like to go to one that's really outstanding to find out what you do. And I told her at that time, I said, you know what? If you want to go to one ExCEL Award that shows what the program is about and shows a community that's dedicated to education, you need to go to Elizabethtown. And so I am so glad to be here and so proud that Elizabethtown is the first school system to be choosing a teacher this year to be honored, because this is like the genesis of the ExCEL Award. This is where it all began in 1989, 27 years ago. I was involved, I guess, in the second year, and have been presenting ever since. The original idea was to go forth into the community that we call Kentucky and on both sides of the river and identify and tell the world about great public educators, people that are making a difference in our school system. And then to tell the world about their accomplishments. The idea was school teachers, public school teachers, just do not get enough recognition for what they do. And so tonight, we will go back and we will, in about 2 minutes and 30 seconds, tell that story as best I can tell it. And that is my great commission, to translate and to communicate with the audience here in Kentucky and Indiana what great teachers are doing and what great contribution they're making in our community. And so today, I come to the Elizabethtown Independent School District to honor that one great teacher. It is, in fact, a celebration of great teaching. The ExCEL Award is a golden apple, symbolic of excellence in the classroom, of teaching, and in educational leadership. The first ExCEL Award, as I said, presented in 1989. That was about the same time that our newest ExCEL Award teacher was born, actually. Over 27 years now of honoring teachers, we have created a Teachers Hall of Fame. And today we come to honor your teacher, Carrie Ball, 7th and 8th grade English, tell the world that she is among the best educators in the world. In fact, she excels. In her application for the ExCEL Award, I found one sentence that tells why she is so important to TK Stone Middle School. She says, every student needs someone that they can count on, someone that they can count on day in and day out. For Carrie, that was a 7th grade teacher when she moved to Kentucky from Georgia at the age of 11. Now, moving can be difficult, I know, because my granddaughters just moved this past week from the Washington, D.C. area to Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam, and they enrolled on Monday in the international school because their dad is working in the consulate in Vietnam. It was very difficult for them to leave. There were tears shed as they left their school in Virginia and moved to Vietnam. It's amazing to one day go to school in Virginia on a Monday, and the next Monday you're going to school in the southern portion of Vietnam. But Carrie, like my grandchildren, certainly made the best of it. And she turned to one teacher, a teacher by the name of Susan Parvin, who apparently was always in her corner. She taught her students that the relationships and the trust that are built in a classroom are just as important as the content of the classwork. You see, great teachers many times create the great teachers of the future, and that's what happened here. The teaching profession is the profession that creates all of the other professions that affect our daily lives. And so Mrs. Parvin is the one teacher that Carrie can look back on and say, she made a difference in my life. Now, Mrs. Ball wants to be that one teacher that you will always remember. ExCEL Award teachers are the ones that make a difference. And so, Carrie, today, you have been chosen as the one teacher in this outstanding school district, a district known for great teachers. You were the one teacher chosen this year as the ExCEL Award winner. You set high expectations for yourself and your students. You pushed them on to high school and pushed them to reach the top. Thank you for all of you do for education in Kentucky. If you would please come forward. You are the ExCEL Award winner. Our co-sponsor for the ExCEL Award for these many years has been our local power company, LG&E-KU. They are strongly dedicated to the cause of public education. And representing LG&E-KU today, please welcome Liz Pratt with the big check. Liz?
Thank you, Gary, and good morning, everyone. Thank you. I'm glad to be here on behalf of LG&E and Kentucky Utilities, and I have the opportunity and the honor to recognize Carrie. I personally have a deep appreciation for the ExCEL Awards because my mom is also a former teacher. So I understand firsthand that a teacher's day does not end when that last bell rings by any stretch of the means. Educators like Carrie and my mom, many of the teachers and former teachers sitting here today are proof of the saying that teaching is not a profession, it's a passion. For Carrie, whether she's building up her students in the classroom or collaborating with her coworkers, she is inspiring those around her. She encourages her students to support each other, and as one nominator best said, she inspires her students to be the best version of themselves. From our perspective as an energy company, education, like areas like language arts, science, reading, and math, are at the root of everything we do. And we also want to help inspire the students to embrace learning at an early age, because we know the students sitting here today at T.K. Stone Middle School and within our community will be our community's future leaders. In closing, Carrie, we celebrate and we appreciate the impacts that you're making here in our community for your students and your passion for teaching. And if you don't mind coming forward, as Gary said, I'm happy to present you today with a check for $1,000 that we know will be well used here in your classroom. And now it is my privilege to introduce Mayor Berger.
It's an honor for me to come here. You know, any chance I get to come into the schools, I'm right there, because there is nothing more wonderful than seeing the faces of bright, shiny students of Elizabethtown and Hardin County. And I got to come to Morningside yesterday. I had students from Morningside today downtown. And I got to tell you, the bonus, I have 2 grandsons in this school right now. And you know, everybody says, ooh, middle school. Ooh, middle school. Can you imagine teaching in middle school? Oh my gosh. So I tell you, you are so blessed to have great teachers, and this school is full of great teachers. But it is absolutely my pleasure today to recognize a really great teacher. Ms. Ball, would you come forward? I want you to know that I am proclaiming Ms. Ball as an outstanding citizen of Elizabethtown for the great job she does educating you all. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. And now I want to, sorry, I could probably do without that, huh? But I want to introduce E.G. Thompson, who is a magistrate here in Hardin County. He is representing our county judge. Thank you.
On behalf of Judge Berry, who is in Frankfurt today, hard at work, I get the privilege of reading the proclamation making this Carrie Ball Day. To whom all these presents shall come, greeting. Whereas America depends upon successful school instructional programs to meet the educational needs of every child, with America's teachers carrying out a major responsibility in preparing our young people to assume their roles as effective leaders and citizens. Whereas teachers are challenged daily to reach out to every student regardless of ability, interest in learning, social or economic background, handicap, race, religion, creed, or ethnic origin, to provide the assistance and guidance necessary for full intellectual development. And whereas teachers contribute to the economic growth of this nation by providing students with the skills to make them a viable part of the workforce, and whereas teachers are molding lives and shaping the future of our next generation, representing an investment in the life of this community, and whereas WHAS-TV recognized Carrie Ball as TK Stone Middle School, of TK Stone Middle School, as the Elizabethtown Independent Schools 2017 ExCEL Award winner. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Harry Berry, on his behalf, Hardin County Judge Executive, do hereby proclaim Wednesday, December 6, 2017, Carrie Ball Day.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And now it is my pleasure to introduce to you Mr. Brian Smith, who is here on behalf of Congressman Brett Guthrie, who is in Washington, also working hard.
Thank you all. Well, funny thing. So the congressman was pleased to draft and present a letter for Ms. Ball on behalf of today, and he sent that a week ago, and it hasn't arrived yet. My guess is, this being the first week of December, that letters to Santa and online shopping may have delayed it somehow. It is somewhere in between Washington, D.C. and Elizabethtown. So I have an electronic version. So with apologies, and if you will allow me, I'm going to read it electronically and promise prompt delivery upon its arrival. The added advantage is I can blow up the font as big as I need it to be. So Ms. Ball, congratulations on receiving congratulations on receiving the Elizabethtown 2017-2018 ExCEL Award. This award is a testament to your strong work ethic, and I would like to thank you for your efforts. This award highlights the tremendous impact you have on your students and the community. Please know that I appreciate all of your hard work, both inside and outside the classroom. Again, congratulations, and I wish you all the best in all your future endeavors. Sincerely, Brett Guthrie, Member of Congress. So. It is now my privilege to bring up Ms. Lisa Parrott, who is representing our State Senator Dennis Parrott.
On behalf of Dennis, he is so sorry that he cannot be here today, but he is in Frankfurt at a committee meeting. Dennis truly values education and teachers. He has several in his family. And our family believes that being a teacher is truly a calling. So we thank you, Ms. Ball, for answering your calling and being a teacher to the fine students here at Elizabethtown. So on behalf of Senator Parrott and the entire Kentucky State Senate, I present you with a citation, thanking you and honoring you for the winner, to be as the winner of this ExCEL Award. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And now I'd like to present Ms. Marcy Duplessis, representing her husband, Jim Duplessis, our state representative.
It is nice to be here today and represent my husband, Jim. He hates it that he was unable to be here today. He is in a caucus meeting for the last 2 days and tackling one thing on the agenda, and that's state pensions. So I figured you'd rather him be there and me be here in his stead. It is an honor, though, for me to be here today and present this citation of achievement to Ms. Ball. And I'd like to read this proclamation from the Kentucky House of Representatives. The entire membership recognizes the significance of this well-deserved award. Chosen from a competitive field of teachers within the Elizabethtown Independent School District, Ms. Ball's selection was based upon a critical appraisal of her philosophy of education, teaching strategies, level of professional development, involvement in the community, and success in the classroom. As a respected teacher at T.K. Stone Middle School, Ms. Ball has worked with great dedication to make a positive and enduring difference in the lives of young students during her career. The members of this honorable body are delighted to join Representative Jim Duplessis in honoring this outstanding educator whose process of continual improvement has transformed her approach to teaching and in expressing great confidence in her determination to empower the students entrusted to her care with the highest level of learning skills, connectivity, and educational opportunities. This is signed by Speaker Pro Tem David Osborne and State Representative Jim Duplessis. And now I introduce to you Ms. Heather Whalen, President of Elizabethtown Rotary.
Well, my name is Heather, and I'm the president of the Elizabethtown Noon Rotary. Rotary is an organization of business and professional leaders united worldwide who provide humanitarian service, encourage high ethical standards in all vocations, and help build peace in the world. In more than 160 countries worldwide, approximately 1.2 million Rotarians belong to 30,000 Rotary clubs. The main objective is Rotary is service in the community, in the workplace, and throughout the world. Rotary's development in community service projects that address many of today's critical issues, such as children at risk, poverty, hunger, the environment, and violence. They also support programs for youth, educational opportunities, and international exchanges for students, teachers, and other professionals, and vocational and career development. The Rotary motto is service above self. As an organization that focuses on others, we know the passion to serve is often inspired early in the classroom. So many people, even members of our organizations, can link that back to a teacher. So I'm honored today to be able to offer you this award, a plaque that epitomizes the excellent in teaching. We wish you the best of luck in the future, and congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I will introduce Kenny Rambo with the representative of the Hardin County Chamber.
On behalf of the Hardin County Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors and our nearly 700 business members, we'd like to thank you, Carrie, for allowing us to be a part of this very special day. And to WHAS 11 and KULG&E, we appreciate you giving us the opportunity to pause and celebrate this most remarkable profession. It's certainly appropriate that the business community would participate as each business that our organization represents and the broader economy that we seek to serve is dependent at the end of the day on people that have certainly been influenced by teachers and whose performance in their career path is largely influenced by those early days. So Carrie, we appreciate you representing the very best in that influence to our students. Our community has been very fortunate over the last decade to be recognized in many regards. At one point, the highest personal income growth, the greatest per capita of new business starts, and most recently as one of the greatest defense communities in our nation. There is no doubt that we can attribute those accolades for our community to the influence of the wonderful teachers that we have in this community. And Carrie, as a representative of your peers here at EIS and of other school districts that serve this community, we know that our future remains bright as long as we have fine folks like you as teachers. Congratulations, and I'd like to announce that the Chamber of Commerce is pleased to welcome you as an honorary lifetime member of our organization. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'll now invite Chairman of the Elizabethtown Independent School Board, Matt Wyatt, to the stage.
Well, next year marks the 100th anniversary of public schools being mandatory in the United States, at least until the 8th grade. Thomas Jefferson was our nation's first advocate for public education. John Adams thought we should have a public school in every street corner. And Abraham Lincoln started the land-grant college system in the height of the Civil War. They knew that America as an idea was a place that no matter who you are, where you come from, if you work hard, you'll have a chance to pursue your dreams and leave a country where your kids can chase theirs. Educators are the torchbearers of our country. And the glow that you light within your students light the world. And so today we honor one torchbearer, Carrie Ball. So there are two awards that I'd like to give tonight. First is to Carrie Ball, if you'd please come up here. On behalf of the Elizabethtown Board of Education, we'd like to give you this clock and to let you know, and every educator in this district know, that we appreciate you, we honor you, and we will always support you. Thank you.
Thank you.
The next plaque that I would like to give is to T.K. Stone. So, Mrs. Swank, please come here. On behalf of the Board of Education, we would like to give you this plaque you can put in your hallway to honor the work that you do in leading the group of teachers that you lead.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Now I'd like to bring up Jenny Aldridge, who's the president of the PTO.
Hi, good morning. I'm Jenny Aldridge. I'm the president of the PTO here at TK Stone. I need to tell you that Ms. Ball accepts no less than the best from each one of her students, that she expects them to excel every single day. She has created a commitment with her students, and by doing that, she has made herself available day and night for constructive criticism and for guidance at all times. And because she has created this amazing bond with her students, she has not only instilled literary knowledge, but she has instilled the love of literature. And so on the behalf of the PTO, Ms. Ball, I would like to tell you that we are not only thankful, but we are so grateful for you every single day. And we have decided to give you extra funds to spend in your classroom in lieu of anything else. So thank you so very much.
Thank you.
I'd like to introduce a former student of Ms. Ball's, Aiden Aldridge.
Honestly, I could talk for hours and hours about Miss Ball and how much I love her, but I have a test in 5th period, so I'm gonna, on a Wednesday too, I mean, come on. If there's one word I could use to describe Miss Ball and her teaching style, the way she goes about her day, the way she interacts with her students, it would be care. I can say without a doubt, it doesn't matter at all to her who you are, where you came from, what your current grade was. She cared about your middle school experience. And everyone in this room knows without a doubt, middle school is the worst. But I dare to say that Miss Ball makes middle school just a little less sucky. I remember this one time in 7th grade, we had this huge character project, and it was absolutely awful. It was so much work, and the book I had chosen was so boring, even though that was my fault. And of course, unlike all of the students with common sense, I waited until the night before to do it, and I completely bombed my 100-point assignment. I'm pretty sure I got a 30% on it. That night after, after my mother beat me for getting a failing grade on an 100-point assignment, I was pondering my abysmal grade, and I realized, you know what? I deserve that. I then knew that the next quarter, my project would be even better, and I would save my grade. Funnily enough, I also did that one on the night before, but I doubled my score with a 60%. At least I'm improving. So I had Miss Ball for 2 years, 6th and 7th grade, and near the end of 7th grade year, I just didn't care. I was so comfortable with Miss Ball, and it wasn't her fault, it was all mine. And as middle schoolers do, I just slacked off, and I figured I could get by and not really care. Oh lordy, was I wrong? Anytime I was goofing off to the point of being too annoying, Miss Ball would always say, "Aiden, I love you, but get out of my class." And I remember not only the walk of shame to go out of the class, but trying to look as inconspicuous as possible in the hallway, like I wasn't just kicked out of the classroom. You know, yeah, I'm going to get a drink later. I'm just like, I'm waiting here for a while. I was just hanging out outside. I wasn't in trouble. I was obviously Miss Ball's favorite. And if she can give her favorite student of all time a failing grade twice in a row when he definitely deserved it, she's got to really care. And if she can send her absolute favorite student of all time out into the hallway and yell at him constantly in front of his peers and embarrass him at a really awkward point in his life, she must really care a lot. And if she deals with middle schoolers every day just to impact their lives, her care knows no bounds. I honestly can't think of any other teacher more deserving of this award. There's no teacher that has the stubbornness, the commitment, the spunk, and the charisma quite like Miss Ball. And there's no other teacher that cares quite like Miss Ball. Thank you.
Love you.
And it is now my honor to introduce to you former student Peyton Sarver.
Okay, good morning. Thank you for letting me be here today. First off, I would just like to start by one-upping Aiden a little bit in saying that while he is preoccupied with getting back to his test 5th period, I'm currently missing mine, geometry. So I would like to make it clear, although, that I'm not complaining. I'm incredibly honored to be speaking today on behalf of this woman, Carrie Ball. There are not very many people I would do this for. Miss Ball, being one of them, is why we are all here today. Miss Ball is an amazing woman who affects every single student of hers in a monumental and immeasurable way. When I think about all the teachers I've had over the course of my education, I realize how truly lucky this school district is. E-Town independent schools are full of teachers who do their job very well, and Miss Ball is no exception. When Miss Ball asked me to give this speech, I started to think. And after considering her caring heart, blind ambition, and her consideration for her kids long after they leave her classroom, I decided that her burning passion for what she does is what makes her so deserving of this award. Teaching is hard. Being a teacher is not an easy job, because teaching is waking up every single morning, early, I might add, and denying your own life, your own troubles, your own worries and problems and headaches, and focusing on your kids and the betterment of their education. People don't become teachers because the pay is great, or because of the pension, or because it's easy. People become teachers because they recognize the need children have for a solid education. The last 3 years of my life I spent in this building, down the hall in the cafeteria, in the gym, in the halls, and in the classrooms. I was here. Every day, I was growing and changing and morphing into the young woman standing in front of you right now. In a way, Miss Ball has watched me grow up, as much as a 15-year-old can, anyway. All of who I am and who I ever hope to be, I owe to this woman who saw me as her equal, never as someone she was in charge of. She just looked at me and saw a kid who wanted to learn. The love and respect I have for her only comes from the fact that she loved me and respected me first. That's a hard thing to do, but she does it. Every single day she does it. And I'm so blessed to know her. And I say this from the bottom of my heart, and I don't say it lightly. Miss Ball is the kind of woman who can change the world. If she set her mind to it, Miss Ball is stubborn enough, confident enough, fierce enough to change what she wants to see changed. If I grow up to be half the woman she is, half as strong, half as brave, half as ambitious, half as loving and caring and intelligent and wise and fearless, I will be proud. Students, I speak to you. If you have Miss Ball as your teacher, be ready. She will push you and challenge you and make you work hard for the grade that you want. But don't forget that she cares about you more than you will ever know, and she works so hard to give you the education you deserve. Appreciate her. To her friends and family that are here today, I say thank you for raising her and loving her and pushing her just so she can turn around and do the same thing for all of us. We appreciate you. To Miss Ball herself, I know I have said it so many times in yearbooks and sticky notes on the front of her computer, but I appreciate you. Thank you for all that you have done in the school district and in this building and in the community and in my life. Thank you all. Have a great day. Love you. I would now like to introduce Ms. Dawn Swank, the Vice Principal of TK Stone Middle School.
I will say that those are two very hard speeches to follow because Peyton, Aiden, you guys did a good job. Nicely done. I am here because I would love to honor Miss Carrie Ball. Miss Ball is one of those teachers, and let me explain. Those teachers are the select few you remember long after graduation. Each person in this auditorium could probably sit here and think about the type of teacher that I'm referring to. Those teachers are the ones that have strong connections and relationships with all students. Those teachers are the ones that make students want to give their best at all times. When you fail, those teachers are the ones that guide and encourage you to try again. Miss Carrie Ball is one of those teachers. Educators wear many hats. They're counselor, parent, friend, nurse, build self-esteem, teach character, promote citizenship. They model what a contributing member of society looks like, all the while doing their primary job, which is teaching content. To teach, one must be selfless and passionate about the profession. Few choose this career for salary. Miss Ball is a perfect example of a selfless teacher that creates passion for students to learn. On a daily basis, she provides high-quality instruction. Students know her class is not a cakewalk. Miss Ball gives students confidence in a safe and supportive learning environment, and one of her biggest strengths is providing student feedback, oral and written, in a timely manner. This feedback is very important because it allows students to reflect, and it's key to their learning in her classroom. Students are challenged, and they always reach their highest learning potential with Miss Ball. She creates that environment, and she does it with a positive attitude and a smile on her face every day. She isn't afraid to challenge her students, and she demands nothing less than their best effort. However, she also understands failure. With failure comes resiliency, and she is a master at guiding students to persevere through difficult tasks in and out of the classroom. This learned perseverance is going to serve these students well long after they leave the halls of TK Stone. She creates a strong rapport with her kids and families. She has the utmost faith in their ability, and as a result, they believe in themselves. Her relationship with her students is one of respect and support, and it's a two-way street. Ms. Ball is a mentor for her students and an outstanding educational leader. She also contributes to the staff as well. She is a team player among her colleagues. She's a lead English teacher for laying the foundation, and what that does, that program focuses on rigor and content areas. She's a trainer for our STAR 360, and through STAR 360, Ms. Ball helps analyze student progress in reading, and she makes sure kids are correctly placed in the classroom. She's an active participant in our professional learning community teams. She's a sponsor of student council, and she is on the academic team. She sponsors the academic team as well. And her collaboration and involvement with her coworkers is top-notch. She is a valuable member of our staff, and she's beloved by many of her students. I'm sure there are quite a few that would like to get up here and talk about her. I could mention endless statements that the kids made, but I want to read just a few. Ms. Ball is the true definition of an extraordinary teacher. She helped me realize my possibilities and capabilities by simply believing in me. Ms. Ball is a great teacher. I know this because when I don't want to do something or feel like I can't do something, Ms. Ball always makes me feel like I can do it. I always look forward to class, and I greatly appreciate her awesomeness. Ms. Ball isn't a stereotypical teacher like the one in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. She's better. She inspires me to want to teach, something every teacher would want to hear. And when I think of a perfect teacher, I think of Ms. Ball. This is a testament to Ms. Ball and what she accomplishes on a daily basis at TK Stone. And on a personal note, I feel like I've hit the jackpot. As a first-year principal, I'm very lucky to have a high-caliber teacher like Ms. Ball. Her passion to be an outstanding teacher and her love and dedication for the students has made her a rock star in the classroom. So, congratulations once again, Ms. Ball. And at this time, I would like to introduce to you Ms. Carrie Ball, the winner of the 2017 ExCEL Award. You go, girl.
Thank you. Morning, everyone. My nephew's starting to cry, so I think it's time that I wrap it up. Thank you all for being here today, and I know the students are mostly just excited about getting out of class for a few hours. You're welcome. Welcome. But I am grateful that I'm able to enjoy this day with so many important people in my life and share my love of teaching with you all and with our community. And I get some cake afterwards too, so that's not too bad either. Before I begin, I want to thank a few important organizations and people, and you guys kind of heard some of that already. First, I want to thank WHS 11 and LG and EKU for sponsoring this event and recognizing the hard work and dedication teachers put into their craft every day. We're blessed that we have so many amazing teachers in this school district. Thank you to all of the distinguished guests who are here from the community, including the Elizabethtown Mayor, Mrs. Edna Berger, for showing your support of public education and its important role in our society. A heartfelt thanks to so many people in the EIS district for making today so special for me. From our superintendent, Mr. John Ballard, who's up for Superintendent of the Year, by the way, just in case you guys didn't know that. To the chair of our board, Matt Wyatt, the president of the TKS PTO, Jenny Aldridge, and to all of those at central office who worked tirelessly to make today possible for me, especially Mrs. Michelle Motley and Mrs. Kim Jones and Mrs. Daly, who's in the office right now. Thank you. It would be remiss of me to not thank all of the teachers I work with every day and all the teachers who I've learned from. Like I said, TK Stone has some of the absolute best teachers in this state. I have no doubt about that. And I'm grateful to learn from each and every one of them. Finally, I want to give thanks and love to my own family and friends who have traveled from near and far to be here today. To my parents and sister, thank you for your never-ending love and support. I truly don't say it enough, but I'm thankful for you. To my closest friends and family who are here in the front row, Greta, Mallory, Kate, Dr. Owsley, thank you all for always being someone I could count on. Thank you to my might-as-well-be brother-in-law who's sitting in the front row, who took his time off work and took a vacation day to be here today to celebrate with us, knowing that my own family couldn't really be here. And of course, thank you to my boyfriend Andrew, who pushes me to be the absolute best version of myself every day. And last but not least, thanks to you all out in the crowd. I couldn't have done it without any of you. My own middle school career was one for the record books, guys. Like you heard, my dad was in the Army, and he was given a new duty station of Fort Knox the summer before my 7th grade year, so just like some of you. My entire family, they packed up and they moved to Kentucky the summer of 2001, and at that point, all I knew about Kentucky were there were hillbillies and there were horses. That was it. Clearly, I had a lot to learn. Prior to this life-changing year, I'd lived in Georgia for as long as I could remember, and now I was forced to move to a new state where I would start a new school and have to make all new friends. I can vividly remember bawling the entire way to Kentucky, saying I was going to hate it here. I knew I wasn't going to make as many friends or love Kentucky nearly as much as I had Georgia, but little did I know the impact Kentucky would soon have on me. I walked into my middle school, some of you know that was Scott Middle, the first day of 7th grade as a really awkward, like my favorite pair of pants was this purple pair of sparkly jeans and this purple shirt. It was real weird, guys. As an awkward and rambunctious young girl who just wanted to be liked. The first month of middle school flew by for me, and before I know it, it was September 11th, 2001. I can vividly recall every single part of that day, from the traumatic thought that my new friends had potentially lost their parents in the Pentagon to knowing that my dad would soon be overseas in a war. Despite this newfound fear and anxiety, school was always the place for me where there were people with whom I could relate and who would understand my emotions. In particular, and you heard this teacher mention earlier, one teacher, Mrs. Susan Parvin, she stuck out above the rest for me. From that fateful day in September to the day in high school when I found out that Mrs. Parvin had lost her battle with cancer, she was always a teacher that I could count on. I recall crying in her classroom on numerous occasions, like some of you have in mine, overwhelmed with schoolwork, maybe from my class, sorry about that, or just the stress of middle school life. Mrs. Parvin always let me know that she was in my corner. She didn't chastise me for thinking my seemingly small problems were as big as the sun, but she listened, and she made me believe I could handle any hardship that came my way. She believed in me even when I couldn't believe in myself, and she taught me that while the content of the class is important, the relationships and the trust that we build with one another is just as important. Since my time as an awkward and loud 7th grader just over 15 years ago, I've evolved into kind of a less awkward, but still pretty loud, you guys can attest to that, teacher. My time at Scott Middle helped mold me into the teacher I hope that I am every single day. Teachers like Mrs. Parvin taught me the importance of building lifelong relationships with my students, even if her lifetime was cut short. She taught me to care about the students and who they were outside of the classroom. Without that relationship, teaching would be near impossible. Every student needs someone they can count on day in and day out. I'm sure you guys can attest to that. Rita Pearson, she's a 40-year educator and a woman who has a ton of spunk, once said, "Every child deserves a champion." He's crying, so I need to hurry. Every child deserves a champion, an adult who will never give up on them, who understands the power of connection and insists they become the best they can possibly be. I want to be that champion for so many of you in the audience. One day, I hope I have students, and it sounds like I kind of do back there, who will look back and say, you know, Miss Ball, she was that one. She was the one I could count on, the one who made going to school worth it, even on days I woke up and I didn't want to be there. She pushed me to be better, and she taught me that I can be better. Knowing I can make a positive impact on even one of you out there in the audience pushes me to be the absolute best version of myself and motivates me to come to work every day. Another famous educator once said, "No significant learning can occur without significant relationships." So, building positive and worthwhile relationships is the absolute most important part of the teaching profession. These relationships, whether with you guys or my colleagues or our community members, remind us that together we are strong, and together we can achieve any goal we set our minds to. Thanks, guys.
You know, like many have said, we're very blessed in this school district to have so many outstanding teachers. And Ms. Ball, congratulations on your special day today. It's easy to see why you are our ExCEL award winner for this year. And I can tell you from personal experience, as I pass through the halls here at TK Stone, there's never been a time when I've gone by your classroom where the students aren't truly engaged. And we know that in our school district, that's one of our goals, is to keep our students engaged, and how important that is. And I know your students truly love you and admire what you do. So thank you for having that special heart of a teacher. Mr. Rodermeyer, Ms. Pratt, again, we want to thank you all for placing a spotlight on public education and the teaching profession. We appreciate you all doing that. And so everybody, one more time, we want to thank you, Ms. Ball, and congratulations to you. Thank you so much for your valued contribution to the students here at TK Stone, to the Elizabethtown Independent School District, and to the teaching profession and our community in general. We really appreciate what you do for our community.